Good day, everyone. So once again, welcome to our personal development class. And we are now in week 4 and week 5. So with that, we shall be discussing topics related to family. So for lesson 23, family structures, lesson 24, family genogram, and lesson 25, family plan for better relationships. Okay. So last meeting, we were able to discuss roles of leader at the same time roles of follower. And then we were able to understand the concept of social influence and the social and family relationship, particularly the Filipino relationship or Filipino family. Okay, so moving on. So for our objectives, at the end of the lessons, so we have 3 lessons. Now, learners are expected to, number 1, identify different types of family structures and assess one's family structure to understand oneself better. Second, prepare a family genogram. And for the last objective, for you to be able to create a plan on how to have better relationships among the family members. Okay, so let's begin. Yan. So let's have our picture analysis before we proceed with our discussion. So you are seeing a picture, no? Maraming members, no? Ng parang isang malaking pamilya. So how are you going to analyze the picture? Anyone who would like to describe or analyze the picture? Okay, thank you so much. This one. What about this one naman? Anyone who would like to analyze? Okay, so thank you. What about this picture? What can you say about the picture? Okay, so thank you so much. Next, what about this one? What can you say? What are you observing in this picture? Okay, so thank you so much. And I think this is the last picture. So what can you say about this picture naman? Okay, so thank you so much for your participation. So moving on. Ayan. So this time naman, no, let's talk about Filipino family. So I want you to give 3 words about Filipino family. Syempre, no, we really can give a lot of words no to describe Filipino family kasi no, yan yung pamilya na meron tayo. But for this activity, just give me 3 words no about Filipino family. Okay? Anyone from the group? Okay, so thank you so much. So with that, let's have our discussion. So what is a family? I think no elementary days pa lang no you are bombarded with lots of discussion no when we say family. So this is just a recall no a review of what is a family. So when we say family, it is the basic unit of society. So pag walang pamilya, walang society, no? Walang bubuo ng ating lipunan. Kaya napaka-importante ng bawat pamilya na meron sa isang lipunan dahil ito ang bumubuo no sa ating society. Another, it is the smallest organization in the community. 'Di ba? Tama naman. And it is said to be a group of individual living together in one household. So basta pala kayo ay sama-samang namumuhay sa isang bubong, you can be called a family. 'Di ba? Hindi nang kailangan by blood. Kailangan sama-sama kayo no sa isang household. Another, family comes in different forms. It could vary from one family to another. So wala tayong standard na form or structure ng isang pamilya. So it could vary daw, no, depende, no, kung ano yung structure na meron no ang isang pamilya. Okay. And it is usually composed of usually lang, no? It is common. No, we do have mother, father, and children. And some other includes grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, and other relatives. Pero sabi nga, regardless of the relationship, basta magkasama kayo sa isang bubong, you can be called what? A family. Okay, so moving on. Ayan. So let's have yun nga a quick discussion as regards to the types of family structures. So ganito ang gagawin natin. So I want you to become participative in this discussion. Okay, so I want you to read the definition and then example of the family structure that I'll be telling you one by one, no? And then you can have a little discussion or explanation regarding that. Okay, so let's have with nuclear family. I would like to read and explain. Okay, thank you. What about extended family? Okay, let's move on to the next. What about naman single parent family? Okay, so thank you. What about naman step family? Who would like to explain? Okay, so thank you so much. Next is foster family. Okay, thank you. Another is adopted or adoptive family. Okay. Next naman is biracial or multiracial family. Okay, so thank you. Next is transracial adoptive family. Okay, so thank you. What about conditionally separated family? Okay, so thank you. What about naman childless family? Okay, thank you. This time naman, let's have a discussion about gay or lesbian family. Okay, so thank you. Second to the last is migrant family. Okay, thank you. And the last family structure, the immigrant family. Okay, so thank you so much for your active participation. So moving on. Yan. This time naman, let us understand what do we mean by family legacies. So sabi nga dito, each of us have legacies passed from our ancestors from generation to generation, such as culture, di ba? Yung ori ng pamumuhay, traditions, and customs. No matter who we are, where we live, we have one thing in common. Yun yung tinatawag na heritage, 'di ba? Lalo na tayong mga pamilyang Pilipino, napakadami nating mga nakuwang pamana ng ating mga minuno, patungkol sa ating pamumuhay at pamilya. So this heritage is transferred us by our parents, whether good or bad. So yung ating legacy daw ay not necessarily good lang. It can be good, it can be bad, wherein sino ang nag-transfer, it's our parents who transferred those legacies na hanggang ngayon ay ating pinapatupad o ating inaalala o ating pinapractice, And this heritage is also called legacy. And this could be passed through ano yung mga pwedeng areas na pwedeng pagpasahan socially, emotionally, or spiritually. Okay, so moving on. Ayan. So transferring positive legacy to children is a delicate and important task of adults in the family. Totoo yan, di ba? Kasi eventually yung mga batang maliliit na yan sa family, sila yung magpapamilya pag sila yung lumaki. Kaya napaka-importante na tayo ay makakapagpasa, na makakapag-impart sa kanila ng mga positibong mga legacies. Kasi it helps dictate the future progress and development of a child. Totoo naman yun, 'di ba? Kung ano daw yung nakikita ng bata, yun yung nagiging tama 'no, sa kanyang mga mata. So definitely 'no, for us 'no, to help that kid 'no, to grow 'no, in a positive manner, dapat bata pa lang ipinapakita na natin na ano, yung mga mabubuting gawi, 'di ba? And it is important to remember that passing on a spiritual, emotional, and social legacy is a process, di ba? Hindi pwedeng in a snap of your finger ay na-imbibe na kagad no, sa mga kabataan kung ano yung mga tradisyon na meron tayo. So kailangan dadaan yan sa proseso, no? At hindi yan no, event na tinatawag. So if parents do not intentionally pass a legacy, no, consistent no, to their beliefs, culture no will pass along its own no, often leading to a negative end. So kung yung bawa si magulang daw ay hindi niya ginawa yung part niya na siya mismo ang mag-impart sa kanyang mga anak, ang culture daw o yung mismong society natin no, yung mga tao sa paligid ang magtuturo para sa mga bata no, para ma-imbibe sa kanya. Yung nga lang, syempre dahil mga tao sa paligid yan, hindi na naman natin na mai-screen yung bang tinuturo nila ay tama o mali. So pwedeng ma-mislead ang bata no kapag ibang tao no ang magtuturo sa kanya. Why? Kasi parents no are responsible on the process. So responsibilidad ng magulang ang magpasa ng ating family legacy. Sabi nga, and God is responsible for the product. Yan. So moving on. Okay, so let me ask you. So upon learning no or reviewing the different family structures, so can you tell us what is your family structure? So pwede kayong mamili dun sa ating mga discussion. And another question, no, does your family structure affect your personal development? And in what way nakakaapekto ba, no? Yung kung ano yung merong structure ang pamilya, nakakaapekto ba ito sa iyong personalidad? And tell us, in what way? Okay, so thank you. So this time naman, no, ano yung mga customs, traditions natin, no, and legacies? Can you give us one legacy, no, na that your parents passed sa inyo, mga kabataan, that you still practice in the family up to now? Okay, who would like to start sharing? Okay, so thank you so much. So let's proceed. Ayan. So this time naman, no, for us to really no understand better our family, so let's have no the family genogram. Ayan. So what is genogram? So when we say genogram, it's a graphic representation. Ayan, so graphic representation. Nakikita niyo ba itong may mga iba't ibang shapes sa screen ko? So yan yung genogram, no? Wherein it's a graphic representation of a family tree. Ayan, kasi ang alam lang natin common na pag sinabing illustrate na a family, gagawa tayo ng family tree. This is another way of illustrating no the structure of our family, no, that displays detailed data on relationships among individuals. So mas detalyado po no ang family genogram sa paggawa ng family tree. And it is a more complex family tree because it describes not only the family physical and social relationships, but also the emotional connections and other family attributes are described. Ayan. Later malalaman nyo bakit mas detalyado siya. Bakit makikita yung aspect ng physical, social, and the emotional no, connections na tinatawag. Okay, so moving on. Ayan. So we have here the basic genogram symbol. So kung kayo ay gagawa, definitely that's one of your activities in our last. So please be guided of the following ayan, symbols that you need to ayan, take into consideration pag gagawa kayo ng genogram. So ayan, so meron tayong symbol for male, female, pregnancy, symbol for gay, no? Symbol for lesbian, ayan, symbol for married, ayan, separated, divorced, ayan, even death, conflictual relationship, very close relationship, and distant relationship. So, yan yung basic no, symbols. What about this one naman? So, meron pa tayong mga additional genogram symbols, no, para ma-depict din nga natin yung tinatawag na physical, social, and emotional connection. So meron tayong symbol for death, no gender, kung yan ay pet, pwede nyo isama ang pet nyo, no? Sa panahon ngayon kasi maraming mga nag-aalaga ng hayop. If you are an adopted child, foster child, no? If one of the members, no, is pregnant o kaya miscarriage, no, nagkaroon ng ano, nakunan siya or nagkaroon ng abortion, no? Or it can be fraternal twins and identical twins. Ayan. So pwede niyong gamitin yan. So and you can also no get that symbols no in your module. Okay? So moving on. Ayan. So ang tanong, how to draw genogram? So we have here 5 no simple steps and how are you going to accomplish this activity. So first is know your reason for making a genogram to help you determine the type of family information you want to indicate. Ano ba yung reason? Ba't mo kailangan gumawa ng family genogram? Probably not to really know your family better and for you to be able to introduce your family to others. Yan, pa pwede yung reason natin. Number 2, name all the members of your family kinship that you wanted to include in your genogram. So ngayon mag-decide ka, yung bang pinaka-family mo lang, yung pinaka-core, or you wanted to include yung extension pa yung family, ano natin, yung mga lolo-lola, yung tinatawag natin extended family. So it's up to you kung gusto mo silang isama. Number 3, organize questions not to gather facts and figures about your relatives to be included in the genogram. So pwede ka mag-ask na ng mga question in mind, 'di ba, no? Para mas mapalutang mo yung relationship na in your genogram. Number 4, write down notes how everyone in your family is connected. Yan, importante yan. Halimbawa, si kuya ganito mo, paano ba siya na-connect sa'yo or sa family mo? Yung bayaw mo, paano na-connect? Kanino siya connected? Siyempre, sa kapatid mong babae, something like that. And last, solicit information starting with the oldest generation down the line. Yan ang pinaka-importante, syempre, no? Kailangan yung pinaka-roots andon. So, kailangan, mas maganda kasama ang mga lolo't lola. Kasi yan yung pinaka-oldest generation ninyo, followed by the parents, and then kayo na. Tapos kung may mga pamapamangkin na kayo, di ba? So, yun lang. Ganun kasimple lang po ang steps no, in drawing the genogram. Okay? So, let's proceed to the next. Yan. So, pagtibayin pa natin. So, we started discussing about family. Now, we were able to discuss the different structures. We also discussed how are you going to accomplish the family genogram. This time naman, no, let's talk about the family relationships, no? Kung anong meron at kung anong klaseng relationship meron tayo, di ba? Or probably kung ano yung dream relationship mo in a family. So when we say family relationships, no, these are what meaningful relationships in life and society. And that is very true, di ba, no? Hindi tayo tatagal sa isang pamilya kung ito ay walang meaning, di ba, no? Or kung hindi siya mahalaga na isang relasyon para sa iyo, di ba? And it is the basic relationship people have in life since birth. Totoo naman, sino dito ang pinanganak pag dilat ng mata walang magulang, 'di ba? Parang case to case basis 'yon, pero lahat tayo meron tayong inaaniban at meron tayong kinikilalang pamilya, no? Especially of children born in a biological family, 'di ba? And they play a vital role in shaping and developing an individual's well-being throughout his or her life. So napaka-importante no ng gampanin ng isang pamilya para hubugin ang pagkatao no ng isang bata. 'Di ba no? Kaya naman talagang ating ano no pinahahalagahan at ating pinagsisikapan na laging maayos ang isang pamilya para maayos din ang paglaki no at pag-develop ng isang bata na kaalib ng pamilyang iyon. Okay? So moving on. Yan. So, ano na lang 'to, kumbaga a little discussion na lang tayo dito kasi, aside from the family structures 'no, we do have different types of family relationships which is 'no, we have here for the couple relationship. Siyempre ito yung intimate connection between parents 'no, or between partners 'no, as husband and wife, 'di ba 'no? Another 'no, is the parent-child relationship, connection ng magulang sa kanyang mga anak, either biological or adopted, 'di ba? Another type is the sibling relationship, connection naman among sa magkakapatid, among brothers and sisters, no? And the last, no, type is the extended family relationship, no? Wherein ito yung connection between the nuclear, ang nuclear yung nanay, tatay, mga anak, no? Connection niya saan with the other members of the family. Yan nga. Ano pa ba yung sino ba yung mga extended ano nyo, family members nyo? Lolo, lola, tiya, tiyo, pinsan, 'di ba? No, and other relatives. So tandaan niyo 'yan, yung apat na types of family relationships. Okay? So moving on. Ayan. And of course, no, there are no different roles no that each member of the family must take into consideration na dapat gagampanan mo ng maayos no for us to have what a harmonious relationship. Of course, no, for couple as members, no, they need to provide the needs of each other physically, emotionally, financially, in all aspect, 'di ba, no? What about as parents? Of course, no, they need to provide the basic needs of the family such as food, clothes, shelter, education, safety needs, love, acceptance, and care. Kaya talagang napaka-crucial no, ng gampanin ng isang magulang. Kaya nga sabi ko sa inyo, di ba, yung pagiging magulang ay dapat nasa tamang panahon, no? At yung dapat yung merong maturity ang mga papasok sa ganyang role kasi talagang very challenging ang maging isang magulang. Okay? And for us, children, o lahat tayo naging ano, no, anak. So what is our role? So you must honor and obey your parents, no? Respect each other and help the household chores and even study. Yan ang mga basic na gampanin nyo, mga anak. And for siblings sa magkakapatid, of course, older siblings no, assist in taking care of the needs of the siblings. Yan, nakakatulong na tayo sa ating mga magulang na mag-alaga ng ating nakababatang kapatid, no? And while younger siblings naman should listen and learn from them, no? Matutong makinig at mag-observe para in return, pag ikaw na yung lumaki, ikaw na yung pwede ring makatulong din sa ating pamilya. And the role of our extended members naman, no? So may extend support no, to unmet needs of the family, like grandparents take care of the grandchildren, give advice to the members of the family if necessary. O sila yung mga ating ano no, mga tulong no kapag hindi na kaya ni nanay at tatay mag-alaga, andyan sila para tumulong, 'di ba? So malaki din naman yung gampanin bakit tayo ay merong mga extended members in the family at malaki yung kanilang tulong no for our nuclear family. Okay, so moving on. Ayan. So for our last topic, so I have here ways no on how to make family members firmer and gentler with each other. Syempre, no, ang our goal is to develop no our family relationship no in a stronger, in a firmer and gentler manner. 'Di ba? No, 'yun ang pinaka-importante. Sino ba ditong gusto mag-keep ng pamilya na laging nag-aaway, laging magulo, no? Walang care sa isa't isa. So ang goal natin ay yun nga no to have our family na may unity, may love, may care no palagi sa isa't isa. Okay, so you are seeing in my screen the different ways no on how to make your family members firmer and gentler with each other. So I want you to pick one no of the ways no isa sa mga ways diyan pili lang ng isa and tell us no bakit diyan ang kailangang i-improve ng iyong pamilya. Okay? Would like to start. Okay, so thank you so much for your active no discussion and sharing. So with that, yan. So for my last question, why is it important to have a firmer and gentler relationship in the family? Gaano ba kaimportante ang magkaroon tayo ng matiwasay at masayang pagsasama sa pamilya? Okay, so thank you so much once again. So with that, allow me to discuss the different activities that you need to accomplish during our asynchronous time. So let's have the activity number 1 for lesson 23, which is understanding my own family structure. So in this activity, you are tasked to paste no, a family picture on a short bond paper And if you don't have any recent family picture naman, you can cut out pictures no, from the magazines, no, just to represent na the members of the family and just put name of your family member on each picture para malaman ko, oh, ito yung nanay mo pala, ito pala yung tatay mo, ito yung mga kapatid mo. Or the other way around, you may also draw your family picture kung carry pa, di ba? At kung may talent din lang naman. And no, identify what family structure you have at home. Again, identify nyo uli. And no, in a short paragraph, gagawa ka, no? Describe your family and explain your family's social, emotional, and spiritual legacies. Ano yung mga customs, traditions na talagang kinikip nyo up to now. Okay? So moving on. For activity number 2 naman, intended for lesson 24, ayan. So you are tasked not to come up with a family genogram. So make a genogram of your family by using the symbols that you have learned today. So you can check your module or you can check my PowerPoint or even this recorded audio for you to be guided with the different symbols, no, for you to accomplish the family genogram. Okay, so moving on. And for activity number 3 naman, which is intended for lesson 25, ito naman yung no, lessons na to have or activity to have a firmer and gentler relationship within the family. Ayan. So you are tasked to make an activity plan using the acronym of your name. It can be first name or last name. O katulad dito sa example natin, ang acronym na ginawa niya ay BECA. Tama ba? Becca. Ayan. So, yon in each letter of her name, yan, naglagay siya ng activity. B, bonding time with them. Yan. And then, no, be able to identify the persons involved and how often mo gagawin yung mga activities na yan. It can be weekly, can be daily, or every other day. Di ba? Or it can be once a month. Depende sa inyo. And of course, no, be able to process, no, by answering the questions. Now, we have here 1, 2, 3 questions that you need to answer, no, for our processing in this activity. Okay. And of course, no, sa pinakadulo, you are tasked to answer the 5-item quiz in your last and be able to write your reflection. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, and I hope to see you for week 6 and 7 no, next week. Okay, bye-bye, guys.